Okay, cool. We are back. So, hello, my name is Isaiah. Um, Coming back here with some more market updates. So, yesterday we were up here, and now we're down here. So, it's pretty bearish of a sign. This is the daily frame, Ethereum, by the way, August 28th. The day is going to switch over in 3 hours. So right now I'm looking in the next 3 hours to see what's going to happen. Maybe it'll come back down. Um, the sentiment is still the same for me, where right here I would love to buy. I'm waiting for what the monthly close is going to be, which is going to be in about 4 days. And I think that we're going to close around this sell line. I actually did buy a little bit more at this point right here because I have a feeling it's possible that we come back up to here. Maybe I can get a 2%er. Um, yeah. I wanted to go into these different frames, by the way, like what I do for different frames and how I trade in general. So that's what I want to get into today. So, first of all, what I really like to trade it in is this monthly frame. So this is what's giving me all the confidence I need for my trades right now, right? This came up here, came down, came all the way back down here, then went all the way back up here, right? Now it's back down here. So we're fighting in this range for this month. So, right, I don't expect in this month to break below down here and go for like a crazy push. Like I think that would be weird for this month, right? We've been fighting in this range. I think what we're really fighting for is are we going to close above, right? And this is why this line right here and why it's like red, why it's important. Because if we close above here, that will be the highest monthly close like ever recorded, right? For Ethereum. So that's why I think it's more likely we push for closing at this level than anything else, right? That's like what I'm basing the majority of my trades around. Do I think that we're gonna, break above here and super boost? I also don't think so, right? I also think that the Bears are going to fight to keep us here, and the Bulls are going to fight to keep us up here. So we were literally right at this line before. Now it's being pushed. We still have like 4 or 5 days left in the month. I think that will end up around this line for closing. So that's why I'm taking the trade. A smaller trade, nothing too crazy because I think the volatility is pretty large. But right, about a 3% trade from where we're at right now. And 3%, 5x leverage, that's 15%. You put $100 on that, that's $15. $200, that's $30. So I put $200 on that to hopefully make $30 if it comes back to this line. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about is like my risk management and like the amount that I put in. I think I'll go into a lot more detail on that in a future video. Um, but the way that I determine the sizing is that first of all, I pick a maximum sizing that I'll, ever use, right? The one that I'm most comfortable right now with is $1,000 total, right? So, um, you can almost think of it if you're a poker player, you'll understand what I'm talking about, right? You put in a certain amount in the beginning, like you put like $100, to start, right? And then the flop comes out, and then you put in an extra $100, right? You're doubling down, right? And then you get the turn, and then by the time you get to the end, you put in, you double down again. Sometimes you go all in at the end, and that's what's going on here, right? I have a feeling that we're gonna get all the way down to like, say, um, okay, here's a good one. So, and this goes like into the future. I didn't really necessarily want to get into this, but right, once this month closes, right, depending on where we go, I have a feeling we can come all the way back down here, right? All the way back down here to this level, which is actually by number three. And that, see, you get it, right? What I'm talking about, right? If right, we say we close around here, right? I think it's possible we come all the way back down here, if not lower. I mean, technically, theoretically, the absolute lowest, right? That's why I have absolute floor is right here, right? We could come all the way back down here and still be bullish, right? Because the way that bull flags work is right. You have the low point, you come up. This can technically come all the way back down there, retest. In smaller time frames, you can kind of see it more. I think this is a good example here. In the middle, we come up, we come down, right? We go down, and then this tries to come up here, try to touching these levels here. We break up, and then it's not showing so much in this monthly time frame, which is why I'm like, is it likely? No. Maybe on smaller time frames, sure. Um, but realistically, I think we're gonna come back and try to test this neckline here in the next month. It'll try to close below, so I think it'll maybe even come all the way down here, trying to reject this entire candle here. Um, right, this is the ultimate low, and I want to get in, right? So all right, because and then this is the other thing is, what is the target, right? What is the target? And the target is the top of this candle, right? I think that in the next month we can come all the way back down. Maybe the month after that we only come halfway up, but then the following month I do think that we are eventually going to retest this neckline here to eventually come all the way up for a breakout, right? So in order to trade this, what I do is I'll put a little bit here, right? And then it gets lower, that's a better deal. You double down here. It goes even lower, you double down here, right? It goes even lower, you hold, or you can go even further. But I usually would just hold around this point. I got a good position and wait for it to come back up. And I only trade longs, by the way. I don't really do shorts. So, but what I mean by this is the sizing is, I'll have about 200 here, and then I'll put in 200 or like 400 here, and then I'll put another 400 here, 400, 400, 200. That's 1,000. What? I think that's 1,000. I think that's 1,000 exactly. 400, 400, 200. Or this is 400. Wait, 200, 400, 400. Right? Yeah, for a total of 1,000. Right? So that's kind of how my sizing works. I try to get the full 1,000 in by this point. That's the maximum of the trade, right? And then ride that up. And right? And if I buy here and it comes up to around my sell line, right? This is my sell line. I would like for it to go up here, but if it doesn't, okay. Um, I would sell here, right? Buy here, sell here, right? If this comes down even further here, I'll buy, and then if it comes up to here, I might even sell because maybe this will be resistance now. Um, but that's how my sizing works. I feel like I'm not explaining it the best, but that's what I do. It's made me quite a bit of money. I actually wanted to show a bit of the right. This is the current trade. All right. I wanted to show I'll go into a little bit into July. Right. Okay. So, this kind of shows it. Um, it kind of doesn't show it because I think this shows the maximum I held, right? Max held, right? This doesn't really show the individual trades, but right, this is the amount that I made in June, right? Which, mind you, is a month that looks like this, right? It's up and down. I actually have another account that just trades this long, like just bought and just held this whole thing. But that's, that's kind of like just buying, holding, hodl, which is the most profitable way to go. Trading is just an extra little extra thing that you can do on the side. Also, I'm not as good as some of these other traders out here, but right, I am profitable. And look at this again. I tried to do a thing with Bitcoin, and that's where I lost, right? So only considering my Ethereum plays, 500 and 189. And again, my sizing is 1,000. So this is close to around a 2x for that month. So if you want the some of the credibility, yeah, that's it. That's really it. Happy trading, everybody. It's a real short one today. Honestly, nothing is really happening. I expect that the price might come down and tap here, especially since it's showing that it's pretty bearish right now. So I have another buy level here, as you may have saw. But I have another buy level here. If it goes down, I will again probably buy again here, because I would still think that we're going to close around here. If we don't, I'd be a little surprised, but even so, that would still be closing right on the monthly. That would still be closing above like these wicks here, right? It would have to come all the way down to 4K, which I kind of see a little bit unlikely. That's from here all the way to here. That may happen, and even then, I'm still pretty bullish on this pattern. Now, I do have to say, if we do go here, if we break down, yeah, if we do that, then the target, you take this whole trading range here, and then you bring it like this. So we would be retesting this range low, and so we would really be in, buy 3 in kind of a scary area. So that's why I don't have a too high of a sizing here. I'm going for real small ones, right? 200, okay. 200 there, 300 there, okay. I'm not going all in with my $1,000 plays yet, because I really do think that it's a possibility that we break down and we get to this, buy 3 level. If we break below this, test this, and break below that. However, I don't think that's happening this month. I think it'll happen next month. That's my expectation, to be completely honest. I think that what we're going for here is, right, we have 2 green months here. We tapped an all-time high. I imagine we'll have at least 1 red month here coming down, retesting this neckline before, and then creating a red to then bull flag and continue upwards come October, November, December, right? So that's my quick market analysis. And yeah, happy trading, everybody.